All right, my friends, here we go. It's time to talk about the Minecon Verizon incident. So, here's the thing. I love my phone. I got my phone. Like, look at how cute. Oh, hello? Whatever, just open it. Got my phone here. I love my phone. I got this phone a week before Minecon because I wanted to have a good phone to record things with at Minecon. I got my new fancy phone. I switched to Verizon because I wanted to be in the good network. And I was like, look at this. Look how special my phone is. So we go down for drinks like I was talking about inside my previous video. My previous little discussion here. And I'm going to get out my phone here. I'm going to check up on Twitter's since I have some downtime. My phone is not in my pocket. So, just to put this in scale of how bad it is to lose MC Gamer's phone, my phone has access to my PayPal account. Yeah, that's a lot of money. But that's not as big of a deal as my YouTube channel and my Twitter, my bank account. And basically, losing the phone, you know what that means, right? If somebody malicious got a hold of this, it could be the end of my YouTubing career thing that I'm doing. Like, uh-oh. Like, uh-oh. What do we do, my friends? What do we do? This is a situation, and I refer to it as this a lot during the weekend, and I'm sure a lot of people thought it was a little overdramatic, but it basically was. If somebody got a hold of this, it could be identity theft. You know, because basically they could just shut down everything. Shut down everything. And that's just no good. And here comes everybody. First of all, we retraced our steps. Like 3 times we went that path from... Remember when my tweet failed? When I was going to do the special postcard? I was like, okay, that was the last time I definitely had my phone. We retraced our steps back to where Jay Sana was, down the escalator, and over to where the drinks were. We retraced those steps a good 5 times. And, yeah, okay, here comes the video. If you have 2-step verification enabled on your phone, on your YouTube account, you can't even get into YouTube because you don't have your phone, because you need your phone to receive text messages. And this is the big part of why this incident was so big. Because without access to my phone, I can't log into anything. I cannot change my passwords. And that's a really big bad situation. We went to the lost and found, and of course everybody on Twitter, once they heard word that my phone was lost, their first suggestion is, have you tried calling it? No, we have not tried calling my phone. Yes, we tried calling my phone. It was on vibrate because I had it in vibrate for the opening ceremonies. And so people are like, okay, well, haven't you used the Android Device Manager, which is a wonderful little application that helps you track your phone if it's lost. Well, that's a good suggestion. I didn't have it installed yet because my phone was relatively new. As well as, I'm sorry to report, but I couldn't even get into my Google account at the time because I had to put in a code that would be texted to me. Uh-oh! So we're in like a horrible situation where I am locked out. I am done for here. I am done. And so we go to the Verizon store. Bless to Dark Fan, to Six Alona Lady, and everybody else who was consoling me during this time, because I was pretty darn upset. So we Six Alona and Dark Fan, we get inside Six Alona's car, and we go to the Verizon store. Verizon store. And we talk to the manager, who takes my information and then hands me off to a sales representative. At first I was kind of like, okay, whatever. Let's put up with it, because basically at this point all I need to have a phone with my text number on it, like with my phone number on it. Because if I can have that, I can change my passwords. And like, yes, I'm upset about losing my phone and it possibly be stolen. But right now, my priority is making sure I don't like have identity theft where people can just go in and take all of my money and my everything. You know, that would be no good. So let's see if we can do about this, Verizon. So not only is the Verizon store guy unhelpful and I don't want to say rude, because he wasn't necessarily rude. He just was handling the situation badly. I have his name. His name is Lewis. He gave me his card. Thanks, guy. But he tried to sell me a MiFi device. He's like, well, since you don't have your phone and you might want to access the internet on the go while you're down here in Florida, why don't you get this MiFi? I'm like, you don't seem to understand, because at this point, and Darkfan can attest this, I am like, I'm not shaking, but I'm like clearly, visibly distressed. This guy is like, you want a MiFi? I'm like, no, I don't want a MiFi. I want a phone so I can make sure I don't lose my YouTube channel, which is kind of a big deal. It may not be a big deal in your head, but in MC Gamer's head, it's... Yeah, he was nice, just not very helpful, and he was in salesman mode when he should have been inside customer service mode. And MC Verizon's horrible support. We'll get there later. So he says to me, all right, well, your best option is to go to Best Buy Mobile and get a phone on the cheap on the Verizon network. Okay. Let's go, Dark Fan. You, me, 6 Lone, let's go down the street to Best Buy Mobile. Here we are, Best Buy Mobile. And they're like, all right, so you need a cheap Verizon phone, right? I'm like, yes. And I'm pretty distressed with this at this point too still. And they're like, all right, here is our cheapest phone that you can activate on your plan. It is $250, and it is a nice little flip phone. I'm like, that's my food budget. You know, I need to like live for the next couple days while I'm in Florida. I can't just spend $250 on a flip phone. So basically he's like, well, don't worry, we have another option for you, my friend. You can go down the street to the We Fix It place, or whatever it was called, and get a refurbished phone on the cheap. Okay. Oh, RC Pro just subscribed. Thank you very much, man. You get the triple triangle little animation. Foosh. There you go, man. Yeah, so anyway, so we go down the street to this We Fix It place, and we are like, all right, let's get a cheap phone. And the We Fix It place is like, well, we don't have any phones for Verizon. We are stored we have a second store that might have an iPhone 4 for you tomorrow that you can probably get pretty cheap. And I'm like, at this point, like, I don't want to wait till tomorrow, because at this point somebody could have my phone and be changing my YouTube and channel passwords and everything right now, and I have no way to check it. So I need to get a phone that's activated with my phone number. We walk outside the We Fix It place, and we're like, okay, I guess we just have to wait until tomorrow to get a phone. And we're right next door to a Boost Mobile place, and I'm like, screw it. I am in a bad situation right now, and I'm saying screw it. I go in there, and for $65, I get activated. I have my phone number transferred to Boost Mobile. I don't have the phone that I got there. It's actually in Scott's car still. And they activate my phone right there for $65. I get a free little phone, which was actually better than the flip phone that I was offered to buy for $250. May I mention? It was enough to check Twitter and stuff. And so I have a phone, and I'm able to change my passwords. Thank you to Darkfan and all of them for letting me use their Darkfan let me use his laptop to change my passwords. This is looking pretty good. Can I get some quick confirmation? Can villagers walk through fence gates? Can they walk through fence gates before I continue? I have to go do some things. They cannot? No, they cannot. Okay, excellent. Wonderful. Anyway. So, what a stupid situation we're in. I've technically now broken my contract with Verizon, by the way. I feel bad about breaking my contract with Verizon because I love Verizon to death. But I'm in a situation where they're not letting me protect myself against identity theft, essentially. And I kind of really want to make sure I don't lose all my money. That's kind of a pretty large situation in my eyes. A pretty urgent situation. And I'd rather pay the fees on that than lose my YouTube channel. So, here's the deal. We have broken our contract, but we're secured. But we're scared still, because I still have to... At this point, I'm thinking to myself, oh good, you know what's going to happen now? I'm going to be paying off my phone that I've had for 1 week for the next 2 years, because I'm still technically inside that plan with them. What a stupid day, is my basic thought at this point. I should be good to free my villagers now. They should be all free to go. So it's the next day, and I'll talk about Minecon Day 2 in a separate little segment of my discussions here. But I go on into the panelist room, and I'm chilling, getting ready for the Minecraft panel. I'm like, all right, nothing we can do at this point. Let's just chill. We went and checked the I need another freaking fence gate. We can't do anything now. At this point, I'm pretty upset. But it's like I'm like in a situation where I'm like, all right, GG, we've lost. That's it. How are these guys getting out of here? How are you guys getting out of here? I don't know. Okay, I forgot where I was at. I don't know where I was at. But, let me see if I can pull up the photo here. Hold on, let me see if I can get it. Let me see if we can find the pictures. When, lo and behold, here we go. I'll put the picture up on screen. One of the Minecon volunteers, Singer Stacy on Twitter, appears out of nowhere and has my phone. And she says it was at the registration desk. Somebody turned it in to the registration desk and they didn't give it to the lost and found. Singer Stacy, everybody. Stacy. She found it. She went above and beyond and she found it, man. I don't have the photo where I'm hugging her at the ready, but she did it, man. She did it. Stacy is the best. Whoever turned in the phone, I don't know who you are. Like, I never found that out, but all I know is that Stacy, she did it, man. She did it. She found my phone. So wonderful. Ready? Okay, so everybody's like, bless. Everybody's like, bless. Yes, we're all happy. You guys are forgetting that the story is not over yet. I still have more notes on my little story here. Because while I have my phone back, I am still technically a Boost Mobile customer currently. Uh-oh. So now I have to go up to Verizon and be like, found my phone. And you know what they're like? Sir, your account is deactivated. You switched off of the Verizon network. I'm like, yes, but if you check, if you'll note, take a look at your notes there, my buddy pal, you'll see that my phone was put on the lost stolen list before then. What can you do to help me out, my bro? I get an unhelpful guy. Wait, I'm lying here. The story is wrong. The story is wrong. backtrace that. We go into the Verizon store, and the guy is kind of confused, and he's like, all right, just call this number. And so I call the number, and I get on the phone with Jamie. Jamie was her name. And Jamie was a superstar. She was absolutely the most helpful customer service representative I've ever talked to in my life. And I was so happy because Jamie pulled through, my friends. Jamie got me taken care of. Jamie understood my story. She chatted with me about why I was in Florida, if I was enjoying my time there. She was saying, you looking forward to going back home, or you kind of like it down there. She was helpful. She was personal, and she was all around the best customer service person I've ever had the pleasure of working with. And she not only fixed me up and everything, she basically said, I've taken care of everything to get you back on track. I've waived all the fees. It basically is like it never happened. It never happened. Wow, Jamie, all-star, much better than than Lewis, who tried to sell me a MiFi. No, Lewis. So, all right. So Jamie, all-star. But wait, the story isn't over yet. Just when you think things are perfect, and like I said, we are back where we started, right? Right? Several hours in after using my phone, it loses service. What? 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 So we're in Paus's room at this point. We're trying to figure out what we're gonna do. Because it's now on Monday. This is after Minecon is over, and we're like, what are we going to do? I didn't lose my phone. No, the phone lost service. So we're like, okay, all right. Let's call Verizon. And the first guy I get onto, he's a standard customer service representative. And he is very unhelpful because he is just staring at his computer screen and not listening to what I'm telling him and trying to route me to the correct place immediately. He's just repeating the same things over again. He's like, well, it seems like your account was deactivated today. Yeah, your account was deactivated today. Yep, there's no phone number on your account. It's like, it was fixed 4 hours ago. Jamie, I was like screaming. I wasn't screaming. I was very distressed at this point though, and I could tell that I was being more aggressive. I'm usually not aggressive towards anybody, especially customer service representatives. But at this point, I was like, I talked to Jamie this morning, and she was so helpful. Can you please help me? And he didn't know what to do. So he gets me on the phone with the win-back department, which is apparently the department where they help you like get reactivated on Verizon after you switch to another person's service. And this guy hears my story, and and he's really nice. He's really helpful. Not as nice as Jamie, but he's pretty darn good. I don't know what I need to do at this point. Maybe I should just make some sorry, I'm into my story right now. I can't concentrate on playing this video game. There we go. So I'm thinking to myself, what's he gonna do to fix this? And what does he do to fix me? He just listens to me, and he explains to me the following. And this is hilarious. You're not gonna believe it. Apparently what happened, and he says this is the weirdest thing he has ever had happen to an account in 15 years of working at Verizon. The phone number was reactivated onto my account. Perfect. Fine. Excellent. But then it got detached from my phone and is inside the Verizon network, but is unable to be reattached. He explained it in that apparently the phone number is floating around Verizon cyberspace and that he cannot reattach it. What? So apparently Verizon owns my phone number, but they can't reattach it because they cannot. What? I'm like, but it was working 4 hours ago. And he's like, okay, well, here's what I can do for you. I'm going to set your phone up with a temporary phone number. In 24 hours, this phone number should be reattachable. Call the ports department. Here's their direct line, so you don't have to sit through anything on the menus. Hey, Pack. And because you've been so darn patient with us, because he was like looking at my account, he not only put a bunch of notes on my account just in case somebody else had to deal with me in the future, like they would know why my account was so screwy. He was like, for being so patient with us, I'm going to put you on our loyalty plan. For $60 a month, you get 2 gigabytes of data, and that's for life. And I'm like, what? Because I was paying $90 for 1 gigabyte a month. So, that's where it ended. I was fixed. My phone was in my pocket. It was reactivated. And I ended up getting $30 cheaper a month with 1 gigabyte more data a month. So, in the end, it all turned out okay. And that is the story of the Verizon incident of Minecon. Shout outs go out to Dark Fan and Six Lone for driving me places, to Jamie, the best representative, and to Stacy for finding me, and the guy whose name I do not have for fixing me a second time. Stacy, Jamie, Guy, Dark Fan, and Six Lona, thank you for helping me get through a really unexpected, stressful part of Minecon.